Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Did you see my video yesterday where we created some of these really pretty slabs of clay together? So I'm going to give you some other ideas on what to do with slabs of clay. So we're not going to go through the whole process of creating the slab because I did that in yesterday's video. Now I am going to show you, this is how I clean off my tile. I know, it's a noise, sorry. I have a tissue blade, I have my slab. Now, another idea of something that we can do with a slab. There are a whole bunch of these sort of clay stamps, we're going to call them. This one is moldable and bendable. It's rubber. It's very, very comparable to what we stamp with. Then there's these that are hard plastic. They work. They all work. We're going to be using this one today. Now, I have a little bit of cornstarch here. I am just going to dust this a little bit with my finger and just put a little bit of cornstarch on this, and then I am going to tap the cornstarch off. We are going to put this impression of the flowers into the clay. And then we're going to turn it into earrings. And then I'm going to tap it off. That's how I tap it off. Really technical. I am going to lay this here on my slab, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my acrylic roller. Now you get one shot to do this, okay? You can't roll it back and forth, just so you know. You get one shot. My best way to do this for me personally is to roll it towards me. Actually, let me move this up a bit. To roll this towards me works best for me and my upper body strength. So I am going to place this here. You know, I'm going to stand up. Hold on, let me stand up. I'm going to place this here, press on it, roll, 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 roll. Giving a lot of pressure. Whew. Fingers crossed. Ta-da! There it is. See how pretty that is? Nice. Okay. And then, super simple. I am going to come back to my, let me move my tissue blade. Come back to my cornstarch. I have these clay cutters. I kind of like the sort of wacky shapes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the largest. I'm going to tap this into cornstarch. This is working as a release. Tap it off. I'm going to find a good spot. We're going to do that there. Tap it in the cornstarch again. You have to tap it in the cornstarch every time. There. And then should we do, yeah, let's do this one next. Tap that one off. There. This one's one of my favorites. And then I just keep going through, finding spots that I like. And then I am going to do, let me see if this will fit here. Yep. I'm going to do a couple there. These are nice if I want to hang earrings from something. I can hang them from that. Now up here, I didn't texture that, but that's okay. It's still the same colors. So I can whoops, oh, got my fingernail on that. I'll fix that later. Poke that one out. So I can get a lot out of this slab. Much more than I think people realize. All right, we'll stop there. Now, I blow away the cornstarch that's on it, remove this out of the way, because if you remember from the last video, I come through and I clean these off. And I sort of roll the edges. This almost looks like Larimar. If you know your stones, that looks like Larimar. All right, I have a tile over here that I'm going to be placing things on, so you're not necessarily going to see that. I kind of have it out of the way because these little bits, I don't want it getting on them. Clean off the cornstarch. And that's a really simple way that I texture a slab with a polymer clay stamp. And it's super easy because, let's get these here. What I can do is, let me get my blade. So when I'm done cooking my clay, this one has texture on it. If I wanted to, I could drill these so that this one dangles from this one. I could do that. There. And then I can roll this out and get a lot more. And this, if you remember, in video 1, I had this left over from the same slab. So put that together. I have a lot of fun things that I can make with that slab, and it's never ending. I just keep using all the bits until it's all used up. Look at how pretty that is. Now, I do resin my pieces. I do put different finishes on them. One of them is resin. But I probably will do resin. There, can you see it? See how pretty that is? Just putting it all on my tile. And now I am going to bake these according to the manufacturer's instructions. And this particular clay that I use, the manufacturer's instructions are 275 Fahrenheit, and I do cook everything for an hour. I tent it with a piece of tin foil that I don't put flat. I just sort of raise it up in the middle a little bit with the tin foil, because if there's any white in these, I don't want the white clay to turn a different color. So that's it. Let me get this off too. So in order to take everything off, I use my clay cutter. So I'm not gonna going to make a huge, long video here. This is sort of a short video on how I texture the clay. I do want to fix this piece right here. Just kind of blend that right back in. Good. I will fix the edges. I don't want it to get on these pieces, but you can sand these, and people wet sand them. I am not a fan of it for me personally. It's physically a little too much for me, so I just take a few seconds and just kind of smooth it out right now. There. And then I'll drill a hole in that with my drill. Kind of neat, kind of fun. I mean, if I wanted to put this on a piece of black polymer clay, I could have the black sort of be the edge, or if I want to take a snake of black, here, I have black clay right here. This is not the cleanest surface. There's different tools that make uniform sizes of snakes. I obviously don't have it right here. This isn't going to stay. I'm just doing this temporarily to show you. But that's something else that you can do. How pretty is that? It pops it. I might make some better snakes and do that. I kind of like it, but you kind of push it on there. I think I will do that. Let's do that. Just got a little bit more clay. Let me clean this a little bit better here. I know, the noise. Okay. Let's do enough for both. And I'm going to be doing, I'll be selling these at the fair this weekend, September 27th, 2025. I will be at the Fireside Inn and Suites at the Enlightenment Expo. It's $5 to get in. It's in Portland, Maine. And that $5 gets you into the event, the raffles that are free to enter with your admission, and all the talks. I will be doing one of the talks, and I'm going to be talking on the joys of journaling and all the ways that we can use our journals. Tons of ways. And of course, I will be there selling journals, selling tarot and oracle cards, selling crystals, doing psychic readings in the Akashic Records, and then taking bookings for future readings, because I can't do all the readings there. So I'm going to be taking bookings to do online readings at the fair rate, so at a discounted rate, the same rate that I offer at the fair. Okay. Here's my blade. Here it is. Let's do an angle cut. So I did an angle cut in that black clay, pushing this on. Grab my blade. Do another angle. Oops, I did the wrong angle. Of course. We twist it around. There. Now it's the right angle. And I'm kind of giving this a nice push so it stays attached, and that angle cut is pretty blended in already. Clean off this section. Put that on the tile right here. I am very happy with that. Let me clean off my blade again. Oh, I just cleaned off my blade. All right. Just kind of, oh, you can't see it. Sorry, hold on. All right, here we go. I have it here. Just giving this a little nudge. And just kind of rolling the blade there. And then what I'll do is I'll come in with resin. Once this is cooked, cured, all of that. There. And I'll drill a hole in the top to make it an actual pair of earrings. Let's move these out of the way. Let's come in with this. All right. I think I already went through this one. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we already have the angle cut in that end. I like my angle cuts at the top. Once again, this is not a uniform little black snake. But I do need to do another angle cut. Just kind of blend it, and now I'm gonna smush it all together. You know, there are two people that I really like that do just amazing clay. I mean, there's many, many more people, but Donna Cato, who used to be years and years and years and years ago on the, oh, what the heck was the name of that show? The craft show that I used to love. Oh, I'll think of it when I'm done. I'll put it in the description. Was the 80s and 90s. We used to watch her. Carol Duvall. Carol Duvall craft show. It was an amazing craft show. So Donna Cato used to be on that. Well, she has a YouTube channel now. She just makes amazing clay. So I watch her, and I watch Jessima tutorials. My gosh, her work is amazing as well. So highly recommend the two of them. My stuff is so amateurish compared to them. I'm just blending that little seam. I hope you can see it. So there's that pair of earrings. Thanks so much for watching. I think we're going to end here, and I'm going to continue cleaning all of these off, and I'm going to bake it on this one too. I have little tiles, big tiles. I bake on all of them. I make clay on all of them. They all get used for multiple things. So thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Check out my website, www.elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. Information about the fair for this coming weekend is there on my website. If you're in the Portland, Maine area, please stop in and say hi. I am the first table on the right. And like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get my numbers way up. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care. Be free.